get started. Great morning, great morning, great morning. We're at 15. Great morning. How does everybody feel?
Good morning.
How does everybody feel?
Super great. Great, super great, sir. How's everybody doing this morning?
Great. Go ahead. Yes. Great morning. Good to see everybody. We got just a few more. We're gonna have a little housekeeping first, then we'll get into the call. How does that sound? How does everybody feel? Somebody unmute your phone. Great. All right, Miss Grace, I know your voice. All the way from Florida.
Good morning, family. This is Diana. It's my first visit to a motivational speaking this morning.
Well, welcome. We are a true family. This is Emerged Alliance. We are a true family. This is a great opportunity. You know, my name is Mr. Stefan Henderson, one of the executive leaders of this fabulous company. And all that means is I get to sit, you know, beside and learn from some great people. That's all that means. So somebody unmute your phones, tell us what day it is and how we spell it.
It's Wednesday.
Today is Winning Wednesday, and we spell Winning Wednesday WINSDAY.
Yes. It is a Winning Wednesday, and we spell Wednesday WINSDAY because we're all winners. First of all, you woke up this morning with a blessing. You woke up this morning with two gifts, especially these two eyes that you were able to, open up, able to wake up, be able to look up, and then when you can look up, you can get up and you can go and start your day. And so that's a true blessing. You're winning. You're winning because why? You're winning because you're on this call, which means that you are a part of this organization, that you're a part of this family, you're part of this opportunity, right? There are a lot of people, who are looking for opportunities. There's a lot of people also that went to bed last night with plans of their own to get up this morning, but didn't have the opportunity to do so. So you're winning. You're winning because you're a part of this team, Merged Alliance. We are a true family, and so you're winning, right? You're winning because you get to take this opportunity to develop your best choice to the world, right? You get to take this to the world. This is something that is life-changing. This is something that's game-changing. This is something that people are looking for, right? There are people looking for an opportunity. There are people looking for a way that they can create, some additional income. There are people, pet parents, that are looking for something that's going to do what? That's going to aid their pets, okay? To give them a happier, healthier life. Now, if you're a pet parent, you understand that if you can have another moment, if you can have some moment where that emotional pain is not there. Why? Because their physical pain is not there. Make sense? So you're winning. You're winning in that aspect. You're winning. We're up to 23. You guys are doing a super great job. People are plugging in. You're doing a great job. You're doing a great job. So this is what I need from you. A little housekeeping. I need you to pick up your training manuals and your books, your training manual and your pet work marketing book. Okay? Your training manual, if you don't know, your training manual, right? Pick up your training manual, right? Pick up your pet work marketing book, okay? And show them to me, okay? Training manual, pet work marketing. These are valuable tools. These are valuable tools. These are tools that's going to help you with your success here with Novetica, your pet's choice. These are tools. Imagine if you had a plumbing problem, right? If you had a plumbing problem, would you call a carpenter? Right? If you had a plumbing problem, would you call a carpenter? No, you wouldn't call a carpenter because carpenter's going to bring carpenter tools. You know what I'm saying? Right? Carpenters are going to bring carpenter tools. Would you allow a plumber, right, to work on your plumbing if they did not have plumbing tools? No, no, you wouldn't. You have to have the right tools for the right job. You have to have the right tools for the right job. You have to have the right tools for the right job. And so these tools right here, your training manual and your pet work marketing book, these were specifically crafted for your success in this business. They were specifically crafted by our CEO, Dr. Lance London. Okay, Dr. Lance London. And so you can take it from me that that is the gospel, because why? Because I was sitting in the room. Okay, I was sitting in the room when these were being put together. In fact, the reading list in this book was my contribution, one of my contributions. The reading list in this book was one of my contributions. So I'm telling you the gospel when I tell you that these were specifically crafted, these tools put together by our founder, by our CEO, Dr. Lance London, for your success. Why? And I know that these are the right tools because they are full of his 30 plus years, right? 30 plus years in this industry. Both of these. This is in story form, right? This is more of like when you get a job, right? They give you that manual, your what? Your employee handbook, okay? For those who are trying to make the connection, this is like your what? This is like your employee handbook, okay? These are super important, they're valuable. And I know that there are those that came into the organization, for the $5 special. I know that there are some that are on here that came in for the $35 and a product, right? And I know that there are those that are here that came in for the metal jacket or the full metal jacket. And I also know that there are people that are on here that were backers, okay? That were backers, okay? I know that. I know that there's these different types. You came in with different investments, but this right here, no matter what investment level you came in, these are your tools. These you should have in your toolbox. These you should have at the ready. You notice I just went over here, boom, right? No, these should be at the ready to get the job done. Does that make sense? Right? Does that make sense to anybody? Give me a one if that's making sense. So, if you just came in, right? If you just came into the family, if you just came into the fold, your next investment is to go into your back office, right? Go into products, go into where, it talks about, the tools of the trade, the tools, these documents, these material here, these tools, and make your purchase. You want to make your purchase. If you haven't gotten them, if you came in, for the metal jacket, right? $35 or the metal jacket, and you have not made that investment, go and do that. Super important. Go and do that. So if you came in for, of course, the full metal jacket, and you came in for as a backer, then you got those. But however, it doesn't mean you're reading, right? That doesn't mean that you're reading, right? It doesn't mean you're reading. So dust them off. Find them, locate them, dust them off, and then begin to read them. Right? Why? It's important because there are going to be times, they may be scheduled or they may not be scheduled, where anybody ever been a part of a book club? Anybody? Raise your hand if you've ever been a part of a book club. Okay. All right. So if you raise your hand if you've ever done a book report. Okay. So, all right. So I got more hands. So you got the book report. A lot of you not smiling. A lot of you on that book report thing. A lot of you not smiling. What's up? What happened? What happened? When I mentioned book report, a lot of you didn't. Not even stop smiling. What's going on? No. Don't lose the energy. No. Get energized, right? Get energized. Please. Well, here's the thing. It might be, from advertised ahead of time, or you might have it happen, or it might be pop quiz. Anybody ever had a pop quiz? Yeah, okay, you had a pop quiz. Okay, all right, okay, pop quiz. Now you understand. So I want everybody to be tracking with me. They understand, what I'm saying, because at the moment when I mentioned it, at the beginning of the week or whenever it was, that you want to make sure you get these, that you want to make sure that this is going to be super important, that will be dropping some information for you. Remember that? Remember that day? That's when you should have started reading, if you had them. If you didn't have them at that point, was when you should have gone into your back office and purchased them. Okay? Because we're going to have mornings. We're going to have meetings where we're going to go through these tools. We'll go through, we might go chapter per chapter, we might skip a chapter, you never know. That might be when the pop quizzes happen. But the information in here, so you're not just reading it, you're reading, you're taking notes, you're highlighting. Make sense? Okay? Makes sense, everybody. That makes sense. You put a 1 in the chat. I'm stuck on 1 because that's like number 1. We need to be doing it. Number 1. I'm trying to find something. Don't know where it is. All right. So that's number 1. Read it, take notes. Right. Read it every day is a part of your personal development. Right. Personal development is part of your daily mode of operation, right? DMO. That should be part of it, right? Like starting your day with gratitude, starting your day with positive affirmation, starting your day with deep breathing, starting your day with meditation, right? Having those great, like starting your day with what? Starting your day on this morning power call. This should be a part of that, right? And throughout the day, doing what? Throughout the day, doing your business, right? Doing the business. Now, and as a part of that day, every day should also be personal development. Because I don't know what your number is. I don't know what your number is. I don't know what it is that you want to make per month. I don't know what that is, right? I don't know what your goals are. I don't know. Hopefully you shared them with your upline leader or Mr. Brown. Hopefully you've done that. I don't know what they are, but everybody should have a number in their head. A number that you want to make monthly, a goal that you want to hit, that you want to become a millionaire, what that looks like for you. You want to become a billionaire, what that looks like for you. You want to be 100,000 or whatever that number is, okay, that you're shooting for. You would never get there, right, unless you become that person first. Understand? Unless you become that person first. So you become that person, right? You become, that person through personal development. Personal development. That's how you get to be that person. So school is good for it, for whatever it does. But most school is to train you to work for somebody else. Now I know that a lot of grew up. I know Miss Baker, Miss Merlene, they grew up like I did. Probably had parents who they made it. Maybe made it to to graduate from high school. Some maybe even gone to college. You may have grown up with relatives who only made it to the 6th grade or whatever. Okay, and they taught you, they gave you a paradigm to do what? To get a good education so you can get a good job. Right, for that whole thing that used to be a pension, that is no longer, some retirement. We get a gold watch for doing what? Working 40 hours a week for 40 years to try to make it on 40% of a salary that you were struggling with while you were working. That sound familiar to anybody? Okay, so school prepares you for that. School prepares you for that. In fact, school education has not been a part of the government, what federal government done since probably the early 80s. But before then, it was pretty much ruled by the lobbyists to do what? Create laws to make sure that people go to school. Insurance laws. Okay, so for some of you to think that the police presence in school is new and it was in there because people were bringing in guns and going. That's not, no, the police presence in school is not new. The police presence at school, was from the beginning. Anybody ever heard of a truancy officer? Right?
Yes,
Right.
sir.
So policing has been a part of school since its inception. Why? Because the land barons, the princes and princesses of industry who control the lobbyists, right, made sure that there were people that were in school so they'd be trained, they'd have a trained workforce. That's the inception of school as we know it. Okay? So that's been a part of it. So in order to break from that, you'd have to do what? You'd have to create something for yourself that's going to teach you the skill sets, that's going to teach you the mindset of an entrepreneur. And that happens through what? Personal development. See, formal schooling will help you, to get along, with life, but it'll never make a life. It'll never make life for you. It never it puts you in a position for you to be able to create the life that you want. Does that make sense? That makes sense. Put a 1 in the chat. I'm stuck on 1. Okay, stuck on 1. Okay. So in order to break out of your comfort zone, in order to break out of that system, in order to break out of that paradigm, and a paradigm is a prevailing thought or behavior. Right? A paradigm is the prevailing thought or behavior. And so here's the thing, right? Thought and behavior are connected. Thought and behavior are like conjoined twins because your thoughts lead to your behavior. Your thoughts lead to your behavior. So your thoughts and behaviors are like conjoined twins because the thought leads to your behavior. How you think is how you behave. Right? And so, if a paradigm is a prevailing thought or behavior, that means that you're being controlled by the paradigm. You're being controlled by the paradigm. Okay? Right. So, it is, and we're all victims of paradigm. We're all victims of paradigm. There's a paradigm in our households we're raised in. There are paradigms in the neighborhoods we live in. There are paradigms in the organizations that we're a part of. Okay? There are paradigms. Anybody ever said something like this, which you should take out of, and never say it again? This is how we've always done it. Have you ever said that about anything? Have you ever been a part of an organization, a neighborhood, or whatever, that said, this is how we do it in this household. This is how we do it in this neighborhood. This is how we do it in this church. This is how we do it in it. If you said, you said that you heard it, this is how we've always done it, then you need to break away from it. Because now you created a pigeonhole for yourself. You created some level of comfort. Anybody ever told you, that nothing good comes out of this neighborhood? You ever heard that? Nobody ever succeeds in this neighborhood. These are the dream stealers. These are the people who come to crush your aspirations. They'll tell you that nobody ever, from this neighborhood ever did this or did that. Nobody from this family ever did this or did that. Those are prevailing paradigms, right? And it's going to be up to you to break away, break free from that, to come out of that comfort zone, because that's just built a comfort zone for you. It doesn't matter, right? Your parents had good intentions, okay? Your parents had good intentions because they were only operating in the paradigm that they inherited. Your parents had good intentions, okay? Your pastor had good intentions, okay? But he or she was only operating in the paradigm that they inherited. But if you notice that most successful people, if not all of them, right, they did what? They broke out of the paradigm. Bill Gates broke out of the paradigm. Oprah Winfrey broke out of the paradigm. These people broke out of the paradigm. And they did what? Some of them dropped out of college. I mean, look, you sent your kids to college. If you're in college, I'm not suggesting that's what you do. What I'm suggesting is that if you truly want, the life, that you dreamed of, get uncomfortable being uncomfortable. Exactly. Right? If you truly want the life that you dreamed of, if you truly want to attain, those those dream houses, dream vacations, dream cars, whatever, dream life, you have to break out the paradigm, right, that you've been given. And it's going to take personal development. It's going to take the proper tools to get you there. That makes sense? That makes sense? Everybody know what it is. Right, it's called a shift. Most of us hear that, a paradigm shift, but we don't understand what that means, right? It doesn't understand what it means. Now, one of the things that I do, I am a job coach, business coach. That's what I do. I do for a collaborative, that help people in the neighborhood. I can't get out of the helping business. What's up with that? Can't get out of helping people. Oh my gosh, I'm just a helper. Okay, so that's what I do. A nonprofit, to help people, who have lost jobs, people who may have not got the education or whatever the skill sets, whatever. Help them to develop the skill sets. But first of all, I start with here. Because it doesn't matter what skills you have if you don't have the right mindset. Okay? It doesn't matter what skills you have if you don't have the right mindset. Because see, you might learn new skills, but your mind, if it's still old, it still has the same old thoughts, it's going to bring you back to the same old behavior. That makes sense? Right? It's going to bring you back to the same old behavior. You're going to still do the same things that you were doing before if you have not changed the way you think. Anybody ever wonder why people, you see people who win the lottery, you see people who come into a lot of money, you see people, that boom, and then a year or 2 or 3 years later, they're in poverty, right? They're struggling, they're bankrupt. Why? Because see, they came into the money, but they didn't have the right mindset. They came into the money, but didn't have the right mind. Make sense? They came into the money, but didn't have the right mind. And so how they used to think about money, their old money blueprint, because we all have a money blueprint. We do. We all have a money blueprint. So their old money blueprint is what? Caused them to revert back to bad habits when it came to money. And so therefore, even though they had the money to be able to change their situation, they didn't have the right mindset. Make sense? That makes sense. Put a one. I'm stuck on one. So if you're going to be successful in your network marketing business, if you're going to be successful in your the medical business, then you have to do what? You have to have the right mindset. Because if you don't have the right mindset, if you're coachable, you're doing all the things that we teach you, you're coming to everything, you're not missing everything, you're doing all those things, you're recruiting, you're doing all those things, you're bringing in people, your organization is growing, you're beginning to create residual income, but yet your life hasn't really changed. And you're trying to wonder, well, okay, I'm doing all these kind of things, I got the money coming in, my organization is building. However, but my life hasn't changed. You know why? Because your mindset truly, your money blueprint hasn't changed. Dr. London says, how do you know how you're going to behave when you get $1 million if you never had $1 million before? Yet the $1 million person comes before the $1 million anyway. Does that make sense? So you have to build a $1 million mindset before the $1 million ever comes. Because if you don't have $1 million mindset, then once the $1 million comes, you're gonna, you're gonna go back to your, whatever mindset you had before. Your mindset, if your money stays at a certain level, your money stays at a certain level in the bank. If your money stays at a certain level, what you bring in, what you deal with. If your money stays, it never grows. That's because that's where your money blueprint is. That's the level of your money blueprint. In order to change your money blueprint, you got to change how you think. You got to elevate your thinking in order to elevate your life. You got to elevate your thinking in order to elevate your life. And some of your some of us have to change what? We also have to elevate our contact. We have to elevate our circle of influence. We have to elevate, the types of people that we are around. Am I preaching this morning? Right? You have to elevate. You have to do that. You have to do that. You have to elevate your situation, right, in order to elevate your circumstance. You have to elevate your situation in order to elevate your circumstance. Okay? Because your present situation is because of the circumstances that you have. You know, what you surround yourself with. Change your friends, change your life. So what I'm saying is they can't, you know, they can still, you know, you can still, you know, I'm not saying that you just always go do something where you break friendship, right? Because see, what happens is a lot of times, you know, you're around friends who are not ready to ride with you. You're around friends, they're not ready to ride with you, really. And you know why? Because as soon as your life starts to change, they get an attitude. As soon as things start to get better for you, they want to say that you think that you're better than they are. No. That's not what the thing is. See, you don't think you're better than them. You just want better for you and your family. You just want better for you and those around you. You just want better for you and posterity. That's all. You want to, they should want better for themselves as well. So you don't think that you're better than anyone. That's not what we're saying. We're not saying, that you be boastful and arrogant. We're not teaching arrogance. We're teaching confidence. We're not teaching arrogance. We're teaching confidence. There's a difference. Okay? There's a difference. You be confident. You have to have confidence. If you're not confident in your business, you're not confident in yourself, you're not confident in your product, nobody is going to buy. Nobody is going to take you seriously. But if you're arrogant, right? If you're arrogant, then you know what? You're going to run people away. So what's the difference? We're not teaching arrogance, we're teaching confidence. So you'll be confident in what you're doing, okay? Be confident in what you're doing. It's not about you being better than anybody else or thinking yourself better than anybody else. You just want better for you. That's what everybody should want. But you know that there are some people that will run away from success because they don't want that to happen. They run away from success because they don't want people to think that way. They run away from success because they don't want to lose current friends. Because they don't want to lose current friends. When really, in order for you to elevate, you got to elevate what? Those that that surround you, your circle of influence. Because whatever circle you're in, they influence you. Right? Believe it or not. Whatever circle you're in, it influences you. It influences your behavior. It influences your thoughts. Let me tell you something. One of the things that police do when they do what? When they build a profile on you, they don't need to know everything about you. They just need to know the behavior of your 5 closest soldiers. They don't need to know that much about you. They just need to know the behavior of your 5 closest associates because they understand if you hang around thieves, if you haven't stolen anything, you soon will. Okay? If you hang around killers, you haven't killed anybody, you soon will. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, Mama Baby. So that's how they build a profile on you. They profile you on the behavior of your associates. That's why you can be guilty by association. Make sense? That's making sense. Give me a what? I'm allowed to take, what. Right. So one of the 3 things that you want to, 3 things that's super important. You definitely want to have what? You definitely want to have a mentor. And this is your mentor that you can have in your hand right here. This is your mentor. You want to have a mentor, and our mentor is Dr. Lance London. Dr. Lance London has done what it is we're trying to do at a high level. Dr. London has paved the way. Dr. London has made mistakes. Dr. London has lived a life. But Dr. London, has 30 years of experience in network marketing. Right? Not only has he gone into companies and actually built the company, even though the company was already going, he's done that. But he's also built a company. You get what I'm saying? He's also built a company. So you want to have a mentor, then you want to have coaches. You want to have coaches in your life. And if you're brand new, if you don't understand the coaching that you get from Mr. Brown, right? Mr. Brown is an excellent coach. Mr. Ben Gore is an excellent coach. You need coaches. You need coaches in your life. Coaches, are ones who you can watch, you can join with them, you can grab onto their coattails as they're building, as they're doing the thing. Coaches are the ones that might get on your nerves. Coaches are the ones that give you a swift kick when you need it, right? Coaches are the ones that tell you, and they see things in you that you don't see in yourself. That's what coaches. Mr. Brown will tell you in a moment that he sees national director in you. He may tell you in a moment that he sees VP in you. He tell you in a moment. Now, when you might, sell yourself short, he would tell you what he sees in you. He will let you know that. That's a great coach. Because see, we all come into this life with a view on life. We develop this perspective as we grow, as we develop perspectives in life. And we normally look through life in a window which is called Johari's window. Johari, Johari's window. Okay? That's how that's our perspective on our life. Johari's window is how we see things. This is how we see things. There are things that we know about ourselves that others don't know. Okay? There are things you know about yourself that others don't know. There are things that you and other people know about yourself. Then there are things that other people know about you that you don't know about yourself. And lastly, there are things that nobody knows that are yet to be discovered. Make sense? That's our perspective. That's called the Johari's window. Right? The things you know about yourself that nobody knows, the things that you and somebody else knows about yourself, the things that other people know about you, you don't know about yourself, and the things are yet to be discovered. And so your coach fits in there because it's like, at most times, the things that you don't see. Now, I know Mr. Beatty has played, sports, he's played football. And he's had a coach or coaches in his life that saw the potential in him. Right? And they're the ones that do what? Their job is to get that potential out of him. And then it's your circle of influence. It's your circle of influence. These are the people whose behavior you emulate. These are the people, who influence, the way you think, the way you behave. If people around you that you surround yourself are not readers, you're not going to be a reader. And they say what? That the greatest leaders are also the greatest readers. The greatest earners are also the greatest learners. That's just not cliche. That is true. That's not just cliche. That's true. Okay? So now your circle of influence, you surround yourself with people who are learners. You surround yourself with people who are readers. You surround yourself with people who are all about that business of what? Personal development. Personal development. Personal development. You take it upon yourself to learn the skill sets. You take it upon yourself to learn what? To learn the method, the mode, the procedure, the process. You take it upon yourself to do that. But if you didn't know that there is a process to this, there's a process that's of success. There's a process, to the better. There's a process to life. There's a system that's in place. There's a system that's in place. Dr. London did not write these as an exercise in fruition. I mean, it's just like, I haven't put these together, whether they read them or not, whether they use them or not, it's going to put, something to put into them. No. He put these together to be utilized. He put these together because he knew that he couldn't be with you 24/7, 365. He knew that. But he knew that there was a way that he could be with you 365 days, right? 24 hours. He knew that there was a way that he could do that. And this is the way. Okay? That makes sense? That makes sense. We know what. Put a 1 in the chat. I'm stuck on 1. Why? Because I want this to be numero uno. Right? I want this to be numero uno. I want this to be your launching pad. When you count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay? And do it not because you're gonna have a pop quiz. Do it because don't do it because that Mr. Brown is going, one day, we're gonna have a reading session. We're gonna sit down and read some chapters, we're gonna go through some things, we're gonna highlight. Don't do it because of that. Do it because you have dreams and aspirations. Do it because you want to become the $1 million person. Do it because you want to change your life and other people's lives. Do it because it is the right thing to do, especially if you want to be successful in your medical business. Are there any questions? No questions? Was it valuable?
Yes,
It
sir.
was valuable. No, thank you, ma'am. Thank you. It was valuable. I know we have new people on the call. Is it Miss Dowdell? Is that who it is?
Yes, sir.
All right. So this is your first call, ma'am?
Yes.
Was it valuable?
It was very informative.
It was valuable.
Valuable.
Super. Do you have your tools as of yet?
Not yet. I'm waiting on them now.
Okay. So you're waiting on them now?
Yes, sir.
That means you've ordered them already, right?
Yes, sir.
Woo! Lord, everybody unmute your phone and give her a standing ovation. Standing ovation.
Great job, great job. Awesome job.
Yeah.
Look at you.
Excelsior. Super. So if there's no question, all right, then we know what we're gonna do. If you haven't already gotten it, go ahead and order. Be like Miss Dowdell, order it, get it in. Read it. If you already have it, read it. Let's get it. Let's grow. Let's grow. Okay? Super. All right then. This is what we do, Miss Dowdell. This is what we do. Okay? We connect with source, because here's the thing. No matter what you believe, you're not here on your own accord. You're not here because you did something, right? You're not here, right? Because of your own efforts. There had to be an effort already in place. There had to be power already in place. There had to be energy already in place. There had to be a source. So this is what we do. We connect with source. Our hearts and minds are clear. Father, we thank you right now. We just give you all the glory. We give you all the praise. We give you praise because you created us with minds that we can expand. You created us with minds that we can manipulate. You create us with minds that we can fertilize, that we can grow, that we can change and make shifts in paradigm, that we can change our direction. We can change our trajectory just by changing the way we think. So we thank you right now that you are infinite. We thank you right now that you are omnipotent. We thank you right now that you are omniscient. We thank you right now that you are omnipresent. We thank you right now that you're omnispatial, that you're in every aspect of our lives. We thank you now that you found it not robbery, that you would bring us to this place for such a time as this, that you would bring us to this opportunity to better your best choice. We thank you right now that you molded and you shaped and you have created a person, a leader, a mentor for us to be successful. And that's Dr. Lance Lockett. We thank you right now for those that you surrounded him with. Yes, he influences us, and we know that we influence him as well. And so that we would always, surround him with great influences. So we thank you for the executive team, especially our upline founder and our coach, Mr. Brown, and his lovely wife, Mrs. Brown. And I thank you for those who found it not robbery, that they would exercise their personal power and they would plug in and tune in to this call this morning. You know, I come out to lack like a lion, you know, and I pray prosperity into their lives, not just for prosperity's sake, but for what they can do for others. I thank you right now for each and every soul, each and every household that's represented, you know, right now. That Father God, that they would begin to put into place, get put into motion, that they would begin to change the atmosphere around them by changing who they are. I thank you for each and every one of them. And I pray, you know, awesomeness. I pray right now, you know, just, you know, enthusiasm. I pray right now, super energy and massive coachability. I thank you. I give you glory and I honor you in the name above all names. And that name is Yeshua, your son. Amen. Hallelujah. Amen.
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 Hallelujah.
Amen.
Amen.
That's an awesome day. Let's go. Let's go. Have a blessed day.
Yes.